Today I just replaced the rear windows in my 2013 Ford Econoline 350. And these windows were purchased on eBay. And what's happening here is we're going to be popping these out from the factory stationary windows, which I already uninstalled here. So first let's start with our list of tools. Here's the new window I just got in from eBay. It's all wrapped really great. The seller did an awesome job packaging it and shipped it to me in like no time. I have a heat gun here to loosen up the seal when we take the window out. A Phillips, a flathead, I think this is a 10 millimeter for the window, and then also a square head for the window, the new window also. And then all the hardware came in, everything I need, and then weather stripping, which will all come together at the end. So let me first show you what we're looking at to do here. This window, as you can see, it's popped out right there. We are gonna make this happen on this side. And the reason why I'm putting pop-out windows in this van is because when we go camping and we sleep in here, we just wanted to add some more ventilation. As you can see already, the door panels were taken out. They're kind of a bear. The top portion, here we are. The top portion was very difficult and it's kind of snaps right out. But on this side, I actually nicked the top of the lock, so I broke that. So be careful of that when you're doing yours deinstall. The bottom part slides out really easily. And on this side, I just took the speaker out because we're gonna have to have access under here. That's just 4 little star bolts that come out pretty easily. Okay, the first thing we want to do is remove these 4 bolts that are holding in the window. Mine were just hand tight, so I can loosen them up with my hand. If yours is tight, actually this one's pretty tight, so I'll use a 10 millimeter wrench on it. They come out pretty easy. Okay, so those 4 are out. And you would think that the window would just pop right out, but it doesn't. And that's why we are going to use the heat gun and heat up all of these seal, the inside where the seal is at. Smells like burning rubber, so something's happening. Okay, after heating up the seals pretty well, I'm gonna use a flathead and a towel and just start to pry under here until I can get it to break. Let's see. So I don't chip up my paint here. Now you can see strapping bolts. This bolt just came out, but we are here. We made it. Window, which I will probably put back on eBay. recoup a little bit of costs. What we're gonna do here is take off this old seal, and it's kind of like a booger glue. You get your credit card in the mail and you need to get it off the paper, but it's a little less forgiving. So what I used on this side was Goo Gone, just a simple spray and a wipe with some shop towels, and it came, you know, with a little bit of elbow grease in a couple minutes. Here we go. This is by far the messiest part of the project, but it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it comes off eventually with the Goo Gone. So what I'm doing here is just slowly taking it down inch by inch, and then what's left is just a wipe away. You can see how it comes off like that. So go ahead and do that for the next couple minutes. Try to wear gloves maybe if you want to avoid that. After about 10 minutes of serious scrubbing, all the black stuff is removed, so I'm just going to take some household cleaner and do one last cleanup so it's nice when the new window goes on, like brand new. I think the best route for this is to actually use the Goo Gone and a rag, even though it takes a little more muscle. If you use a razor blade or any kind of sharp object, it's gonna scratch your paint. Okay, the new window is out here. Here's the pop-up. I'm gonna remove all these nuts. There's actually more nuts on this one than the stationary window. So once you remove all these nuts, we're going to be doing the stripping. Oops. I'll do my best to explain this. Here's the weather stripping that came from the eBay seller, which was really cool. How it looks like it's just perfect enough for 2 windows. And then he gave some written instructions as well as to how to put it on. And he says basically go from the bottom and work your way around on the outside of these little nuts and bolts all the way back around to here. And I noticed when I took the stationary window off that they're overlapped at the end just for maximum seal. So, but always have that seal or that seam, I guess, at the bottom of the window. This is the bottom where the latch is going to go. Okay, I'm going to do my best to do this with one hand, but as you can see, I started the seal here in the bottom, and I'm just going to work it around. There's kind of a groove already in this frame for it. So as you go through, it's cool that there's this paper on here, this wax paper that protects your fingers. My fingers are completely thrashed already. The seal sticks, and here we go, all the way around. Make sure that's down off of there. And this is gonna, when we bolt it into the actual door frame, it's gonna smush and seal and become that gooey mess that we just took off. And then I'm gonna cut the end. I guess I forgot to mention, maybe we need a little razor blade to shop knife to finish the seal. Cut it off. Okay, now that I have 2 hands free again, just wanted to recap here. The seal weather stripping is all the way around on the outside of those bolts. Comes down, back around to the bottom of the window, and I've overlapped it right here. Just at the bottom, so it's maximum sealage. Okay, now we're gonna take take this window and put it up in the frame. Holes are lined up here, and we're just gonna hand tighten all of these with the nuts that were provided. I don't want to do this too tight yet until I actually get the latch in. The latch comes with this little base with 3 screws already in it and a little spacer. So let's see here. Take the spacer off. This goes up from underneath and the spacer goes on top. And you can see how there's 3 screw holes. They line up with this in here. There's like little sliding parts right here that you can, once you put it under here, and line it up, and then hold it down, and it kind of fell into place. And now you can see the holes are lined up with these 3 holes there and there. And now we need the spacer right on top. The first stop on this part is to actually put this threaded piece into the window right here. And get it in there pretty good all the way. Here we go again with the talented one-handed move. Look at that. Screw it all the way on. One more right there. It's in there pretty good. And now just doing these with a hand screwdriver so they're hand tight. I don't think we need to overdo it with an impact or anything. Okay, now let's see how it works. Yep, this is the same kind of deal. So it's a little bit off. So what I'm gonna do is get my T-wrench, my T-socket here, and just loosen up these a little bit here. Maybe 3 turns out, 3 turns out, find its groove, snapped it. I snapped this down now, so I found its groove. Let's do that again. It's out, in, and now I'll tighten these guys back up here. Just to fit nicely. Boom, and then I'll tighten up all those guys, but first I want to see how it looks on the outside. Yeah, nice and even all the way around. Looks just like this side. One thing I do miss already is the tint, so I'll probably have to take this over to the tint shop and have them match it up. Here we go. Open. It's closed. Boom. Easy money. Open. And there you have it. Pop out windows in the rear. I almost forgot. Wanted to wrap it up by tightening all of these 10 millimeters. With the wrench. Now that they are done, I also just wanted to make one note that it's probably not cool to drive with these out because you're just gonna get all kinds of dust and debris and exhaust, which is definitely pretty dangerous when you're driving. So when you're mobile, make sure your back windows are closed and just use them for ventilation when you're stopped. I hope you enjoyed the video.